Today we're going to talk about what it was like living. It was the Abraham Lincoln Apartments, right?
Yeah.
And what was the address? Where were they?
240 Madison Avenue.
Okay, and this was in 1948, and you and Dad. It was brand. They were brand new, and you already talked a little bit about when you first got in there. So I thought maybe you could tell some stories of things that happened while you were living there.
Oh, while them there. Oh, the first thing that happened, um, when I came there the first time, I met a lady named Irene,
Okay.
and I had a small baby, Herman, and Sylvia, which is 3 years old, and Herman, which is about 2 months.
Okay.
And she said to me, would you like to have more children? And I said, not me, but a husband would. And she says, well, if you don't, she said, I can introduce you to Planned Parenthood. And they will keep you from having a whole lot of children. So I told her fine. And I went to Planned Parenthood, and sure enough, they kept me from having more children.
They taught you about birth control, right?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Excuse me. And so, okay, we live at 2140 to Madison Avenue. I think it was either 35th Street I think it was 35th Street, and we would walk down to 116th Street, which is the market, is about 3 blocks.
Okay.
And they sell everything. And one day when I was walking at 125th Street, I saw this guy was selling a sewing machine for $27. So I bought it.
Mm.
And I used to, when I went down to the market and buy the tropical food, they would have banana, green banana, plantain, yucca, cocoa, and fish, and all those good things. And red banana with 3 pounds for 10 cents.
Mm.
And you get remnant and material.
Mm.
So I would walk down there, buy the tropical food, and buy the material, 10 cents for the material, and make little dresses for Sylvia, who is 3 years old.
Mm.
Well, okay, I'm not 30, she didn't say 3 years old. So, one day, my husband was going to college, and he said he decided he was going to go fishing with his uncle in Jersey
Okay.
on a Saturday. Well,
Do you remember which uncle it was?
oh yes, her, Gardner.
Uncle Gardner. Okay.
Yeah, and he came back and while he was there, I went over to one of my neighbor's house. He left around 5 or 6 o'clock in the morning, and I went to my neighbor's house around 8, 9. And she said to me, that's a Vivian,
Oh, okay.
don't come in here because Renee has the chicken pox. I says to her, don't be ridiculous. I am sure I had the chicken pox. Okay, so I went in. And I don't know, we are walking. I took Sylvia and Herman walking along the river. That's the Harlem River, I think it was.
Mm-hmm.
There is one that crosses the Hudson and so the Harlem. And I felt these little bumps all over up here.
Mm-hmm.
So I went and my feet felt funny.
Mm-hmm.
So I decided I'll come up to him just cause I'm walking half and let's go back home. So we went back and I went to Vivian. I said, Vivian, what is all this? She said, you have the chicken pox. So I called Jersey and told them to tell my husband. Thought he was there to come home because I have the chicken pox. I need somebody to take care of the kids.
Right.
So he didn't call. The girl the woman that took the message went and told him what I said.
Mm-hmm.
And he said to her, how come she just gets the chicken box all of a sudden after I left?
Right.
I'm not coming. So he didn't come. Well, I fixed dinner. I still had the and I felt feverish and achy. But I fixed dinner for the kids.
Mm-hmm.
And I had Irene come over and Irene bathed them and got them ready for bed. And she said to me, you better get into your own bed and because you don't look so good and you have a fever.
Mm-hmm.
So I said, okay. I called my cousin. Who is a doctor.
Who's that?
Stevens. God. Stevens. You don't know him.
Is he from your mother's side? From
My mother's side.
I've heard of him. Yeah.
My mother. Stephen. I called Stephen, Dr. Stephen, and he put on me to get in the bed and sit in the bed and gave me a prescription. And he went to the doctor who had it fill himself and brought it back. I told me how to take it. Mm-hmm. So, the kids were in bed, I was in bed. About 10 or 11 o'clock, I heard something in the kitchen and I got up. And there was Herman in the kitchen with some 2 little fish about that size. Cleaning and wet as I don't wear. Mm-hmm. I said, you mean to tell me you wouldn't come home and see about me and the children? I took to catch 2 little babies. I grabbed them 2 little fish, put them on the floor and stomped on them. He said, you crazy. If you not have a fever, you going to crazy. Go right back in bed, right back in bed. And so he picked up his fish and he finished cleaning it like they were great big fish. And I guess he cooked. So his cousin Doris decided, I don't know how he called her, and told her that I was sick and I had the chicken pox, and if she had it, he need help. So those 2 got in that house and I made a mess. They brought up more dishes. He did not buy one fresh thing from the store. Everything was canned or frozen. Mm-hmm. And I says, no, you are making more work for me when I get better. Because I look in the corner, there were cobwebs. They didn't sweep the floor. They didn't wash any clothes. And I was sick for about 7 days. So then he said to me, after I got better, I always said that you were home doing nothing, but I was lying to myself.
He had a new respect for all the stuff you did.
I know, but I don't know how you did it. I don't know how you did it, because what I'll do, I'll get somebody to come and iron the clothes, and you don't have to iron anything. So that he did. And I'm telling you, I had that. Then, what happened, I had to clean, I cleaned and cleaned that house from top to bottom, cause, and had to go back to put more dishes because Doris and Herman had broke up almost all the dishes. I asked him, how in all the world did you manage to break up dishes? I didn't even know they had frozen fish. But he found it, and the kids were happy.
Yeah.
So they all went there, and so I went down to the market and bought the green banana and stuff like that, to make a nice fish dinner for my husband for us. When I got ready to cook, I couldn't find the tropical food. So I had told Sylvia, because she's about 8 years old then, to please empty the garbage. And instead of she opened the garbage can, she took the tropical food in a paper bag and put it in the incinerator.
Oh no.
And that would end that. So she thought I was going to kill her, but I didn't touch her.
What did you do? You cried.
I
think you cried. I think Herman says you cried.
Yeah, she cried.
No, you cried.
I cried, yeah, because you will walk up 135 feet to 160 feet. Oh, by the way, and I gave the kids chicken pox.
Oh, wow. So
I gave them both chicken pox.
Okay.
And so that was the end of that. So then I had a son before I got married. I had a son named Edward. And my sister Carmen had wanted him, and she had planned to adopt him, but she died. So after I got married, when my mother was there, my mother said, I will take the boy off your hands, because he only 2 years old at the time. I will take this kid, and when you all get settled, and then you can send for him, and I will send him to you. So I don't know why I agreed. We regretted it up to this day, but we said, okay. And so she took the kids and went back to Nicaragua. As a matter of fact, Herman took her to the boat, to the wharf, and he saw this boat out there. He said, oh, that boat gonna take you to the ship? She said, told him, that boat gonna take me back to Bluefield. He said, that little thing? that it wasn't going to take me back to Bluefield. And so, with that, they left. And we tried. After he got about 7 years, now we were settled. We got a house in
You Stone project.
the project. And we said everything was okay. We sent for him. My father, oh, he not here. Your mother took him to Cartagena, and I don't know when they'll be back. So they went to Cartagena, and okay, we sent to him again. After he came back from Cartagena, we sent for them again. They made some kind of excuse. They would not send that child until they had him so rotten, they couldn't do nothing with him anyway. So they decided to send him to us. Well, we send out instructions to him that when he gets into La Guardia, he's supposed to wait there in the waiting room until your father comes and pick you up. Well, he didn't. It seemed like he right next to him was this Spanish woman from Bluefield, and so he told her rather about coming here, coming to this, and he got a stepfather who he don't like, and I had never met him. Only 2 years old, but he don't remember him by then, I'm sure. But anyway, he did not do it. He came, the woman brought him up to the project and told him to tell me that she paid the taxi driver and for me not to pay the taxi. So I asked him, I said, why didn't you stay down in La Guardia and wait for your stepfather to get you? He didn't answer me. So I got on the phone and called La Guardia Airport and asked them to page my husband. So they paged him, and I told him that Eddie was home, that this. And so, next thing I knew, when Eddie came, the taxi driver brought him up to the house, bringing his suitcase, and Eddie walking behind him, and then he said to me, $15. And I said, oh God, I ain't got $15. So I went over to Irene and asked her, did she have $15 to lend me? Meanwhile, my phone rang. I got the phone, and it was a Spanish woman, and she told me that not to pay the taxi driver, because she already paid him, and she told my son to tell me. But she said she knows this taxi driver, he will lie and say that, and if he don't say anything, you get double pay. So I said, okay, thank you very much for calling and telling me. Because he did not open his mouth when the taxi driver told me I owed $15. And I told her I didn't have it, I'd have to go next door to borrow it. He didn't open, and I told the taxi driver, if you don't get away from here, I can call the police. That he got. He left. So I said to him, why didn't you tell me that the woman had paid this for your ride. He didn't answer me. And so I said, why didn't you wait at the airport for your stepfather? He didn't answer me. And so I said, Lord, I think I'm going to have trouble. Because he came with an attitude and believe me, we had trouble. And Herman did everything he could to appease that boy. And eventually, after anyway, that we stayed there for until he was 2 years. He said he was 13 then when we moved to Long Island. Okay.
So he was 11 when he got there, and he was
Yeah.
over there for 2 years, and then the family moved to Long Island.
Yeah.
By the time he was 13.
Okay.
Okay, you can pick up his story later, but want to do another story? Tell us about I remember there was the story about Irene, your friend Irene.
Oh, the Irene was, I don't know how old Irene was. I guess she was in her 40s, or probably older than that. But anyway, she had a boyfriend from Honduras.
Okay.
And he really loved that woman. He bought a car, he bought a piano, and to give her piano lesson, which I think was a
Waste of money. Right.
waste of money. But anyway, because she never did learn to play piano. But anyway, he wanted to marry her. So he decided, he was a merchant marine. So he would go to the, he worked on a cargo ship, and he'd go away for maybe 3 months at a time, and then come and stay home. And they got on fine. But then he decided to write her a note asking her to marry him. And she, because he probably was about 30 years old, and she was probably in her 40s. And so what she does, he moved her, we had already gone from the project, but he moved her out of the project into a nice apartment on 42nd Street, 101 in New York, the new place they had built up. He put her there. And he really and truly, no, I don't think he would care if she was 100 years old. But she did not want that. So what she did that night, Christmas Eve, New Year's Eve, I read in the paper where she went to someplace and she was the belle
of the ball?
Belle of the ball because she could dance.
Oh, okay.
And she danced and she won every prize in dancing. And, okay, so when she received a letter from him asking her to marry him, she panicked. And she decided she was not going to tell him her right age, and she was not going to marry him. But the only way she could get out of it was to commit suicide. So first thing she did was cut her wrist. Then she said that she this is what we surmise. God, she cut her wrist, and he says, too much blood, it make a mess, cause she was a person did not like messaging. So she tied it up. Then she went, put her head in the gas oven, and then she says, no, that will blow the whole building, and I don't want to kill people. So this was New Year's Eve. But she walked in the Harlem River.
Oh, no.
And they didn't find her body until the spring.
Oh, my gosh.
When I eat fruit. That's
Yeah,
right.
throw it out.
And he almost died himself.
So she was afraid to tell him her
Our
right
right
age,
age.
thinking that he wouldn't want to marry
But,
her. if
yeah. And she never told, I never asked her age, and I never told her. So she and I went to Avon. Avon was not too far from where we live. And so we went there to cut the advertising. We needed stenographers. And so we got it. I know at that time I was going to night school. And I could type pretty good.
What was the name of the night school? What was the name of the night school?
Oh, one was Adelphi, and the other one was Robert Stevenson.
Robert Stevenson, yeah.
Okay, I went to Adelphi.
That was in Long Island, right?
No,
Oh,
that's the Harlem.
oh, okay.
I went to Adelphi, and they asked me about what grade did I said 4th grade. And they put me in the 4th grade. And then, the next thing I know, they called me and asked me why is it what grade they put me in the 11th grade. And I worked, I stayed there for, okay. Everybody came to my house to study. Then we did algebra, and boy, that was my
strength. That was.
Oh yeah, and and there was another guy, and that teacher, he said, I feel so good. I have 2 good pupils. And so, then, I don't know what happened to the English teacher, but the English teacher quit. I think he did. So they put us in with another guy. Well, this man wasn't a teacher. I guess I don't know how he got that job. But anyway, we went in there and we sat down, and he started talking about his escapade during World War II when he was in France. And he had to go out the class in an uproar, laughing and carrying on. And I said, this ain't right. What the heck is it? He didn't give you one assignment. He didn't open a book. He just sit down and talk about what happened to him, how he was in France and blah. So I went down to the office for something, and I saw where they were giving a test in 2 weeks. And so he started with his French thing again. I said to him, excuse me, I said, I just came from the office and we have a test coming up in 2 weeks. What are you going to give us? Your escapade in France? I know what I'm going to give you. I said, no, you don't. Because I am gone. I'm out of here because I don't know how you got this job, but and you're foolish to sit here because you're wasting your time. You came here to learn, not to listen to his stupidity. Okay? Goodbye. I got scared afterwards. Then the next thing I knew, he was gone. Cause everybody left his class. Everybody left his class that he was gone. So I graduated from there and then I went to, they sent me to Robert Louis Stevenson.
Oh, okay.
And from there, we moved to Long Island and I went and take my GED.
Okay.
And I passed everything except in English.
Okay. Because you were speaking that Mosquito Coast Creole. That's why you couldn't speak English.
Yeah.
Well, let me ask you this: how come you didn't finish school in Bluefield?
Huh?
How come you didn't finish school in Bluefield?
Wait, I don't know what happened. The head teacher and her sister, they went to the convent to teach. And this way they sent me. But in the convent they didn't teach nothing but Spanish. So I left English and went to Spanish. And that's the reason why I was kind of confused.
Yeah. And there's probably a different system too. Like you said, 4th grade. But in the United States, that meant something different because they're probably on the English system there.
Yeah.
So Irene, you had started the story about you and Irene were in school.
No, Irene kept the children.
While you went to school.
I see. School. Okay. I would feed them and bathe them and put them in pajamas. God, my husband, he was in school also.
Gotcha.
And he had, the plan was when he graduated from college, and I got my GD, I would
go and you go to college.
I go, but it never happened. Because he never finished with nothing. He finished with college. Next thing he needed public speaking. Then he had to get that.
Was that Dale Carnegie?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then he needed to get something else. Then, okay, all right. So, then, that's right, because when it came out that the veterans could go to school or get a trade, and that they would pay for it. He decided to go to college. But he didn't have a high school diploma, so he had to go to school to get the high school diploma. That's when he went to Dale Carnegie to get his high school diploma.
No, I think Dale Carnegie is when you do public speaking. Dale Carnegie, I think, is the public speaking program. No, he went there too, but I think he went to. He didn't go to the same school you did, Robert Louis Stevenson.
No, what school did I tell you I went to?
You went to Adelphi and Robert Louis Stevenson.
Yeah, Robert Louis Stevenson.
That's where he went, right?
Yeah, Robert Louis Stevenson.
Yeah.
Okay. I know his mother said to him, "Don't be stupid. You waste your time going to college for what? Nobody hire no black man from college." why don't you do like my nephew they do? Just go inside and get your money and
Going about your business.
go to your business and next week you go inside. So he said, I don't care whether black man get a job or not. I am going to college. Because you see, when he was in the Navy, the CEO came to him and asked him, tell him that he would promote him to something, some kind of job, but he had to have a high school diploma, and he didn't. And he said that would never happen to him again. So, with that, he decided to go, and he had they paid the year for him to go to Robert Louis Stevenson. They paid 1 year. And so you have 3 more years of
GI Bill.
yeah, to be paid. So she came to me, Ted, why don't you encourage her, Herman not to go? I says, he is going to college, and when he's finished, I am going to college. So then she got mad at me. Oh, she was something else.
Well, how did he pay for his last year of college?
Huh?
How did he pay for his last year of college?
Well, he paid, but honey, I was the person to get money, okay? We got it.
You made it happen, yeah.
Yeah, we got it. And first he got a job at Stanley's on Saturdays.
Your brother Stanley's cleaners.
Yeah.
Cleaners, right? Or tailor shop.
Yeah, right. He got that job at Stanley, and he worked there every Saturday. And you know, like for instance, when we moved to project, he decided didn't know anything about American money and blah blah blah. So he gonna take care of it. He was going to take care of all the bills and whatnot. So he did. And we had more bounce check. I'm good over $2, but I'm not there. $2 was a lot of money. And so I said, okay, would you please let me take care of it? So from then on, then he gets so, you take care of it, but I will sign the check. I said, no, you ain't gonna sign it. So I gonna sign the check. And if I can't sign the check, you take care of it and have your bounce check. You pay people more than what you make, okay? So then another thing he did was, I didn't know how to fix the food, do shopping. I didn't know how to shop. So he was going to tell me how to shop. So he told me to write out a list of what I need. Well, when my list was finished, he said, you are a nut. I had about 3 pages. So that was the end of that. He stopped.
He said, you can go shop yourself.
Yes, Lord. He stopped. And then my brother, Byron, you mean to tell me you going to shop, you go work every day and give this woman the money? He said, this woman, your money can take care of our business, okay? So don't worry, I didn't worry about it.
Tell about Uncle Byron. Was it the Christmas tree that he brought to you? Your first Christmas tree?
My first Christmas tree.
Was that Uncle Byron? Was it the tree or was it Easter basket?
No, he bought the kids Easter
So it was
Bunny.
Easter Bunny. Yeah, talk about
Yeah. No, we never did project, and he just came one Easter morning and brought a basket, I think with a big chocolate rabbit
that. Oh,
and some eggs and so forth.
candy. Yeah.
But our first Christmas tree was a buddy, the Chinese man bought for Sylvia.
Is that grandma's boyfriend?
Yeah.
Buddy. Okay. The Chinaman. Okay.
Uh-huh.
So he brought that. Oh, okay. That's right. He brought that to Sylvia.
Yeah, he brought us.
You were living with grandma at the time, though, right?
Yeah, well, I was there. Your father wasn't. He was still in the army,
Oh, okay.
Navy.
In the Navy.
Yeah. Okay. What is no? Okay. Oh, that's.
What about the story about when Sylvia escaped?
Wait, tell me what?
Escaped when you all were in the projects and you lost Sylvia.
Oh, we weren't in the project.
Where were you?
We were living in grandmother's.
Oh, okay.
We got Sylvia dressed. She was 2 years old, 3 years old. We got Sylvia dressed and she had a chair and put her to sit down, and it was so hot. Your grandmother left the door open. And while we tell her to sit in the chair while we get dressed, and then we're going to Central Park. Well, when we got out, when we came out the bedroom dressed, ready to go, there was no Sylvia. So we thought, oh, good Lord. We look all over, we look in the building, we look all over for Sylvia. And there was Sylvia. So we went down the street. Then we saw this woman coming with Sylvia. So she said to us, I don't know how the child got away. So I said to her, I said to Sylvia, didn't I tell you to sit in that chair? I wanted to go see Aunt Eula. Well, to go see Aunt Eula lived in the Dunbar. Paul Lawrence Dunbar. So he is a poetry writer. And he writes.
And they named these apartments after him.
Right. Yeah, oh, yes.
Right.
The turning up the children in the bed, which his father is famous for. And great getting up morning and things like that. And so to get into a Dunbar apartment, you have to bring a bed. But she's down here and the bed is up here. And she's calling. So the lady said she was coming, and the guy got out his car and was putting her in his car. And she ran away, leave my dad alone, what the heck you doing with my... And he said to her, oh, I thought I was going to go to the police station because I thought she had lost. He said, no, she's not lost. She's my child. No, you go and leave my child alone. And we coming down, we didn't, cause I had beat her around with the killer.
Right, you were so scared. Yeah.
Yeah, oh yes, indeed.
Yeah.
She was always hard-headed. Yes, indeed. So, oh yeah. Okay, we begin with the Eddie saga.
Okay.
Once we moved to Long Island, he would not stay. He kept on running away. And the police would bring him back, bring him back, bring him back. So one Thanksgiving, we went to Barron's. He ran away. We went to Barron's so Thanksgiving, and we decided to eat and just leave, and we did. We just ate and we just left. And Miss Carpenter next door, her daughter said that he was in her garage freezing to death. So she brought him into her house and gave him some food, and we got him, took him home. So I asked, I said, Eddie, why are you doing this? I am back, I want to go home. I want to go back to my grandma. I want to show her all these fancy clothes I got. I said, Eddie, that is so stupid. I said, you stay here and you could get more fancy clothes. You go on to college and you be somebody, okay? Please, I'm not going. I don't want to stay here. I want to go home. I want to go home. So, okay. The next time he ran away, the police brought him. And the police said to me, he said he wanted to go home. So you better send him, because the next time I pick him up, I'm going to take him to the precinct and we can put him in a home for wayward children. And you don't want that. So we did. Stanley talked to him, Byron talked to him, Milton talked to him, I talked to him, Herman talked to him. The ambassador talked to him. Everybody know he was going to go home. So he went. So when he was there, he writes in a letter, he wants to come back. So I wrote to him, I says, we will send for you after you finish 12th grade with A's and good marks. So I want to see your report card every month. But every month I would get this fabulous report card. I mean, it was something else you want to see. AR was A's. I wrote him, I said, Eddie, I don't want your report. I want the report card from the school. I want the teachers what she gave you. Now, if you go lie, you're not coming back here, okay? No, I told you that. So, he didn't send me no more report card. No more report card.
Because I think I remember you said too that when he, was insistent of going back, you said, if you go back, that's it. I'm not.
That's right.
You can't change your mind. You can't come back.
So I got to school, to high school there, to get his books and things that he had in the locker. So here comes the principal. Oh, such a wonderful boy. Oh, such a great child. I'm telling you. I said, stop. Now, look at this report card. You would think he's going to Russia. It's red. So he said, okay, goodbye. He left.
That was at Malvern Junior High School probably, right?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
I'm telling you. Okay, what's it? I don't know what we could have done. So Patience wrote me and told me I was a terrible mother, and that that's why he had to come back. But I understand that he had chased patients with a machete. And then, what she did was she had bought some property in Managua. And she had this man would take care of it, and he was doing a good job. He would take care of her, plant things and sell it and send her the money, his share and her share. So she was showing me what a wonderful aunt she is and what a terrible mother I am. She took it away from the man and gave it to him. Before that, I wrote my mother and told her to send him to Managua to college. And so she did. But he stayed with a boarding. And I was sending the boarding money not to the woman, to him. And next thing I knew, she wrote me and told me she hadn't received any money almost 3-4 months. And I told her, she said, do not send the money to him, send the money to me. And she gave me her phone name and whatnot. You know what he did? He left. And so I just wouldn't send him more. Then my mother asked me, why am you sending him money? I said, because he's not going to school, and I don't know what the heck he's doing. And I'm not going to support him. So Patience decided to prove to me what a wonderful aunt she was and what a horrible mother I am. So she took the property away from the man and gave it to him to take care of. The next thing she knew, she had no property. He sold it. And she called me and told me, tell your son to give me my money and get my property. I said, I'm a simple mother. You are a wonderful aunt. Don't know why here that he did anything to you. Okay, don't tell me. Then she told me, she calmed down and she said that he told her that he got in with some other guy and they were going to buy a truck and they needed money to buy a truck and they were going all the things from Bluefields, Managua, Rama, and Puerto Laguna and those places, and buy ticket on the American highway to the States. And she found was a big lie. He stole her property and took her money and squandered it. Yeah, and that was in it. So I heard from him once, and I heard he was in Managua, he was in Miami, but I don't. Oh,
yeah, he used to call you.
Oh, yes, that's right. He called me, and he sent me a paper telling me that he wanted me to sign for him to be a citizen. And well, the paper he sent was, he was born in 1945 in the city was born in December. He was born like in June or May in 1945, and that I was supposed to sign the paper, and and send back so that he could give it to the lawyer, and the lawyer would take it to the immigration, and they would give him it. He would be sworn in. I wrote back and said to him, "Are you for crazy? You were born in June 1945 and Silver was born December 1945. What do I have, a twin 6 months apart?" I said, "Do you know they have my name down in Washington? And everything. Why are you lying? I sent you your birth certificate. I had the order to send him his birth certificate. And still, he goes here and lied to me." When I told him I am not going to sign a lie in the paper like that, I haven't heard from him.
No, you've heard from. He would send letters saying, "Send for me, send for me." I think during like 1972, wasn't he in the earthquake in Managua? I think he ended up getting out of there and getting into Miami.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then I just remember
That was the time he wanted me to
do the papers. Yeah.
yeah, become my
Yeah,
citizen.
and I know since you've lived here, he used to call because sometimes I'd answer the phone on a
Oh,
Sunday morning.
let me tell you one thing about me and the government. Okay, when you are married and have children, the guy who is serving, they pay the wife they gave me $80 a month, and they gave the child $37 a month. So, when Yvonne died, we stopped. They called them and tell them, and they stopped. They didn't send the $37. Okay, they sent the $80 for me. And when I came to the States, I was getting the $80. So, when Herman got out of the Army, the Navy, they still sent the $80. So he went down there, he took a check, and he said, "I am out of the Navy," and he showed me his paper, "and you are sending my wife money." So they said, "Oh, that's okay. All right, okay." Made some, and next month, $80 was there. And next month, $80 was there. So Herman said, "You know what? I don't touch that money. Put it in the bank and leave it. But we're not going to touch it." Somebody said, "Use it. Use every penny." I mean, it's their fault. You went down there, took your money, took the check, and tried to give it back. They wouldn't take it, and they kept on sending your wife $80. I think they must have sent about $800 or $900.
Wow.
So, eventually somebody wake up. And boy, did we get a letter from them. "We are going to deport your wife. We are going to, because she came here to rob the government. Otherwise, she would not have taken the $80. So, poor Herbert, he got so scared. They're going to deport me. And so he run down there with his thing that he had told them. "I have been down here several times to tell you I was out of the Navy. And you kept on saying, no, you think it's my wife or that she came here to rob you of $80? She don't want the $80. So With that, they said, okay, we want to deport her. But you got to pay it back. So he said, okay. So somebody said to, I don't.
You had saved it all, right? You hadn't touched it.
No, we had saved it.
Right.
That's why I never touched it. But what happened was somebody said, I think a veteran, but he had talking to about it in school. And they said, pay them as little as you can. $5 a month, anything, $2 a month, they'll take it. So he paid them $5 a month. And you know when we finished paying that thing?
When?
We're living at your grandmother's, that was in 1947. And we moved to Augusta in 1970.
Oh my God.
And we didn't finish playing that thing until 1975.
That is crazy.
$5 a month. That's right.
So that's good. You made.
And they took it.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
We-
But you had your little savings stored away, and then you were just paying them $5 a month out of it.
That's right.
That's pretty good.
They're going to throw me in. They're not going
They're going to deport you.
They're going to deport
Yeah,
me.
that's real.
Because I want to rob the government.
Right. Yeah, they made a mistake.
Mhm.
Okay. Well, you did good. That was good. You told a lot of stories. It's been an hour at least. All right, that's good.
It's an hour?
Yeah, you've been talking for at least an hour. So, all right. Well, that's great for this week. For someone who didn't have anything to say, you sure to come up with a lot of stuff.